Hello. Welcome to today's video. This is vlog number 2 of the R Fantasy vlog series I'm doing this next year. So yeah, vlog 2. In vlog number 1, you saw me read 4 books and we got 6 books total onto the board that looks a little something like this. So this is where we are starting this vlog at. So honestly, the basics is you're going to see me read another 4 books, and somehow in the amount of time it's taken me to read these 4, I've also conveniently filled 2 more squares. So once again, we are filling 6 books within this vlog. If you know absolutely nothing about this is the bingo board for the R Fantasy Bingo. This takes place from April 2025 to March 2026. I'm trying to complete the board. I'm trying to complete it all on hard mode, which so far, fingers crossed, is going pretty good. So that is the very basics of it. I have already filmed all of this video, so I think we can just get straight into it. I will tell you what books I'm reading as I pick them up. I will explain what square they fit in, and then at the very end of this video I'll tell you about the other 2 books that I managed to read in this time as well. So yeah, let's get to reading. Hello and welcome to book number 1. So first book I'm going to read is A Kiss of Hammer and Flame. I'm really excited about this one, and I think it could be a really cool new fantasy romantasy book. I have relatively high hopes. It just sounds really cool, and the imagery I've seen around this also looks cool, so I'm I really want to read it. It's been on my radar for a few months now, and it recently came out, so I grabbed it when I saw it. And yeah, I'm excited about this one. Apologies if this isn't as put together as normal in describing what's going on, what the book is, what the prompt is, and all of that. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm in bed to go to bed. I finished my book way quicker than I thought I would this evening, so it's been time to be oh, what do I want to read next? I'm I really do want to read this next, but that comes with talking at this time of night, which it's 10 o'clock, so might not be quite as put together as normal. So, A Kiss of Hammer and Flame. This will fulfill the prompt published in 2025. This is right in the middle of the bingo board. That square that it does so much because it's got 4 potential bingos it can be a part of. It's got the 2 diagonals and the 2 linear ones as well. So it's very much is a part of 4 bingos. It's a very important square to get. And I struggled a little bit with this. Did not struggle with the main part of the prompt, but did struggle with hard mode. So the main part of the prompt is a book published for the first time in 2025, no reprints or new editions. That's quite easy. I definitely could have fulfilled this many times this year just with books that I've naturally picked up and read because they'll come out in the year. But then the hard mode was it's also a debut novel, as in it's the author's first published novel. So, I did struggle with this. A lot of the books that I thought would be debuts, I'd personally never heard of them before. When looking into it, the author did have other works out and stuff like that. I don't really read that many debuts, the year they come out. I definitely do kind of wait for reviews to come in normally. But I decided to chance this one myself, I guess, is the best way to put it. So this is a debut. The author has had a couple of stories published in collections. So I think one was a upcoming fantasy author collection. I think one was just a short story collection, a general one. I can't remember, but I know there were 2 collections, but they were not books. They were not novels. They were short stories, short excerpts sort of things. So this is the author's debut novel, so it fits hard mode as well, and I'm really excited about it. I don't know too much about it. The synopsis has really got me. Until I purchased this book, I didn't know what the name of the series was. And I will say I'm slightly worried that the name of the series takes away one of the elements of the synopsis. So I guess I won't say the name of the series just in case. I don't know, obviously it's not a spoiler, it's the name of the series on the front of the book. But part of the thing in this book that's been advertised as is having a love triangle. And I think it's been a long time since a love triangle has been done satisfactorily for me. So I was quite excited about it. But then the name of the series has one of the person's names in it. It's fated for a name. And I believe that name is one of the 2 people supposedly in this little triangle. But yeah, what does it say? What is the synopsis? So we have an immortal bound in darkness, a shattered empire at war, and a blacksmith whose heart could tip the scales of fate. When young blacksmith Kara is commissioned to forge a sword, she uses her imagination to design its crest. This symbol unwittingly invokes an age-old prophecy and awakens Hale, an immortal with the power to shape or shatter worlds, sealed away for hundreds of years in a chamber deep in Hailstromia, the lost capital at the heart of the civil war between three kingdoms. Now hunted for the sword, Kara must flee with the very stranger who commissioned it, but can she trust the handsome and charming noble Terrell? On the run through the darkly magical wilds, she is drawn ever closer to Hale, who visits and beguiles her in her dreams. With tyrant kings vying to capture and wield him as a weapon, she alone stands between Hale and their deadly ambitions. So it sounds good. It sounds like it could be good. Like, it sounds like a lot of fun. It's also absolutely stunning. So I'm excited to give this one a go. I really do hope that I like it. I hope it's one for me, but I guess only time will tell. Hello. It has been almost 2 weeks since I started this book, and I'm only at chapter 4. So what I've done is I've taken the plunge today and got it on my Kindle as well, because to be honest, I could have read this by now, but the only books I've been reading are books that I had ebooks for or audiobooks for in the last 2 weeks. I just really haven't been able to sit down and physically read unless I've been out and about, and then I've read on my Kindle or read a paperback. But this is thick, it's solid. I've taken it out a few times and it is pretty filthy, I'm not gonna lie. Like, there are numerous stains on it, and this does really bother me because, like, I like to keep my books in really good condition. So the basics of it is I'm just going to give up with having the physical book. Obviously, I'm only 4 chapters in, so like page 17, that's hardly anything, and so far I haven't tabbed anything except for a tab on the map for me to keep referring back to, but I've also taken a picture of the map, so I have the map available to me on my phone or however I want it when I'm reading, and I'm going to switch to Kindle. So far I am intrigued, but it's not really captured me, and I don't know, like, it feels like the story hasn't properly started yet. Like, things are being set in motion, but I don't feel like it's fully started. So like, I do feel like it's too early to judge. I like the writing, I like our main character, so like, I do think I'm going to enjoy the book. Will it be the 5-star I was maybe hoping it would be? Not so sure, but fingers crossed, I keep enjoying it at the very least. And yeah, I'm gonna actually start reading this again. Hello, time for a check-in. I've just finished filming my 5-star prediction video and I thought, ooh, I should definitely talk to you. Basically, I finished it this morning. This is A Kiss of Hammer and Flame. I haven't got the dust jacket with me. It's actually already downstairs on the bookshelf because I didn't want to get it messy. So I guess I can just pop a picture in. But yeah, I finished the book. I did like it. I'm really glad I read it. I think I could have liked it more, but I feel like it's been a little bit mismarketed, to be honest. This book doesn't really have an age rating everywhere. It doesn't say anything, but it's written up in a way that makes you think it's going to be an adult book. It is marked as fantasy romance and romancy. And that is how it is marked and marketed everywhere. And don't get me wrong, well, no, honestly, I wouldn't market it as that. I wouldn't even say it is that. There is no romance in this book. There is like a trickle of like, ooh, he's hot, I fancy him. But like, aside from that, there is no romance. The love triangle? What love triangle? So yeah, I do feel like it's just been a bit mismarketed. I would call this a young adult fantasy book, honestly. Like, this is a young adult fantasy book. And I think if I'd have gone into it with those expectations, I could have rated this higher. The rating I've ended up giving it is 3.5 stars. I did really like our characters. I can definitely see there's so many ways this book could go. It feels very like satisfactory with how we've ended this book. Like, it feels satisfying. A lot of the story and what we're figuring out throughout the book were concluded. It did feel long though, having said that. It's only 323 pages and it did feel long. It took me over 2 weeks to read, and I will say a lot of that was my fault, but I think even if I was like actively reading daily, this was still a long one. A lot happened, and like, it was cool because like the story kept changing up and we kept doing different things and different elements were added in, but it also did just feel like a lot. I think this story was only meant to take place over the course of about 2 weeks, and this story felt like it took months. Like, what actually happened in here, like, it was just so much. And don't get me wrong, like, I enjoyed it. It was fun. I will continue on with the series. I really do think it's going to be a good series. And now that I know what to expect, I do feel like quite positive with it. Even then, like, I can't really see... Well, like, by the end there were inklings of an actual romance could happen in another book, but like, we've been told it can't happen. So like, it's not going to happen. It's never going to be that fantasy romance. So I feel like it will stay younger adult vibes. Obviously, it's not being marketed as that. So I don't want to be like, oh yeah, this is definitely young adult, and have people read like in a few years, like books 3 and 4 of the series or whatever, and be like, this is no longer young adult, there's like steamy scenes or whatever. But right now it feels that. I really enjoyed our main character. She had a lot of growth throughout the story. There was a lot going on with her. There was a lot she had to accept, and I feel like it was done pretty well. Like, again, marketing it off of this felt young adult aspect, like, it was great. I think if I'd have gone into this thinking it was young adult, it would have got like probably 4.5, not 3.5. So like, I do feel bad, but like, my initial... I don't know, I was about to say my initial feelings are disappointment, but they're not disappointment. I'm not disappointed in the book. I'm disappointed in how it was marketed. Because like, I do feel like I could have given it higher, but like, it took me probably 60% of the book to realise like, oh, this is feeling different because this isn't what I was promised coming into this. So yeah, there's that. I don't know, honestly. I don't know. 3.5 is what we're ending with. And either way, no matter how good or bad the book was. I mean, it was a good book. I would recommend it. I would just, preface it with it's probably not exactly what you're going to expect going into it. But no matter what, this book did fulfill our prompts. This was for the published in 2025 prompt. It's only just recently come out, like last month or something. And it also fits hard mode because it's a debut book. This is the author's first published novel. So really, really happy with that. Really do feel positive about this. We've hit the prompt, we've hit hard mode, and I enjoyed it. I had fun. So it does feel like a good outcome overall. I honestly will probably see you tomorrow to pick up the next book, because there is another book that I know I definitely want to read during this video that I would quite like to pick up, because I kind of want to learn a bit more. I want to learn more about this book, and that will become clear tomorrow when I pick it up and I explain to you why I'm so eager to get to this book and why I don't know anything about it. Hello. So, I'm pretty sure yesterday I told you I'd be seeing you tomorrow, and I am here and I'm ready to pick up my next book. So this is an interesting one, and it's one that honestly I just want to read before I get spoiled for, but like spoiled in a weird way. I don't think anyone's going to be telling me any plot twists from this. I'm not worried about anything like that. But the thing is, to be able to fulfill hard mode for this, I need to know nothing. So let's talk about it. So the square I'm trying to fulfill is recycle a bingo square. So the recycle a bingo square prompt is to use a square from previous year, 2015 to 2024, as long as it does not repeat one of the current card. So as in, you can't have 2 book club squares. Hard mode, not the Very Clever of Us, but do the hard mode for the original square. And then it goes on to say that there's not a hard mode for challenges before 2018. So that's all fine. Do you want to wave bye? Yeah, I think I was saying that it then goes on to say before 2018 there were no hard modes available, so it's from the last 7 years you've got to pick from. And my immediate thought was, well, last year I tried to do the Art Fantasy board and I didn't complete it, but I did prep quite a few books that I never ended up getting to within the time frame, and one of those was specifically to fill a square, and it fulfilled hard mode for that square. So if I just use that, then we're all groovy, it's all good. So the square I'm going to try and do for this is judge a book by its cover. And this is square number 20 from the 2024 board. So judge a book by its cover is choose because you like its cover. Hard mode, pick the book based only on the information available on the cover, no reading the blurb. And I probably don't have the footage of this anymore, but one of my charity shop trips, so like it will be somewhere on the channel from last year, doing some sort of like charity shop book haul or something, I found A Wizard of Earthsea. Now I know nothing about this. I recognise the title, I recognise the author, have never read anything by the author but have heard good things, and I just love this cover. It looks so kind of like old school fantasy. It's got the big castle in the background, it's got the big, I think, dragon on the cover. I mean, I can see front legs and wings, so I think it's a dragon. And yeah, I know nothing about this. Now, full transparency, I did flip over the back, I haven't read any of this, but I did see at the bottom it does say first book of Earthsea. So it is the first book in a series, because that was my one worry. Like, I didn't want to buy a book based only off the cover, brand new. Like, that's too much money to be risking. This cost me £1, I think it was, from the charity shop. Does it still have the price on it? It does not have the price, but I think it was about £1. I definitely wouldn't have paid more than like £2 for this. So that is kind of what I was willing to do. So the only thing I wanted to be confident with was it was the first book in a series or a standalone, but I just didn't want to end up, reading book 3 of a series that I hadn't read any others of. So that is what I know. Now for me, this fulfills hard mode. We are choosing a book based on the cover. Like, that's why I picked this up, why I picked it out, and that's all that I know. I know what's on the cover. So yeah, I am really, really happy about this. I'm going to read it, and I don't think I can read the synopsis even now. I'm pretty sure based on this square, like, I can't, even though I'm about to read this, I don't think I can read the synopsis to you. So I will do some sort of like pan of the synopsis and overlay it, but I will do that after I've read the book. So hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, this is a fantasy. I think it's like either a middle grade or young adult is what I would guess based on the cover and the length of it. And it's by Ursula Le Guin, who also goes by Ursula K. Le Guin. I own 3 books by the author. Up until a few weeks ago, I only owned 2 books by the author, but I recently picked up a non-fiction essay collection by them as well. So yeah, I am very, very excited about this, and I can't wait to pick it up. So that's the plan. Let's read it. So it is 10 p.m. on the last day of September, and I don't want to take this book into another month. It's already been over a month. I think I started this around the 22nd, 23rd of August. So it's been over a month I've been reading this, and honestly, I don't really like it. It's not really for me, but I specifically chose it for this prompt, and it'd be a big faff to replace this prompt because it was already the one that you needed to find a prompt from a previous board, and this one that I'd already done, not got to last year. So I'm going to keep reading. I hope it gets better. I'm just not really that hopeful, I guess you'd say. I'm on chapter 4. I think there's 10 chapters total, so I'm almost halfway, like not in page number but in chapter. I found an audiobook and I'm going to listen to it that way. There's currently sprints on for the end of the Iridium readathon, so I'm watching those sprints. Hopefully they will also get me through a big chunk of this. As I said, it's already 10 o'clock and I have worked out this audiobook is just someone who's like personally recorded each chapter and put it on YouTube from Grim Audiobooks. And I've worked it out that the audiobook will take me 2 hours and 26 minutes. Like, it won't technically be this month, but it'll be before I go to bed. So I'm classing it as end of September. I'll probably actually finish it about 12:30, but that's okay. So, yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to finish it tonight. I'm going to power on. Honestly, so far, first 4 chapters, we've changed the scenery and where we are and what's going on in every single chapter. Ged, our main character, doesn't seem very great, doesn't seem like a good person, not really enjoying following them. And also, like, I have since checked, obviously this is for the judge a book by the cover prompt, and I'm reading it because of the cover. But about chapter 3, I think it was, I did look online and look what age this was, and it does say young adult. Like, I think I said when I introduced this book, I can't really remember, it's been a while now. But because I didn't know anything about it, I was assuming it was either middle grade or young adult. And reading it, it feels like an old middle grade, one that I'm just not really enjoying, but apparently it's young adult, so I don't know. I'm trying. Basically nothing's happened so far. Like, no, that's not true. Like, stuff has happened, but nothing that feels very important, nothing that feels of consequence or feels like it's going to affect the plot of the book. We are just following Ged living his life. Which slice of life books, not really my type of thing. I don't know if it's going to do more. I don't know if it's going to change. I don't know. But I thought I'd check in because I haven't yet, but I don't have a lot to say. So I guess I'm just going to keep reading and I'll come back probably in the morning now, because at 12:30 I'm probably not going to want to talk. But we'll see. Let's read. Okay, let's talk about it. A Wizard of Earthsea. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I checked in a few days ago now, and I was like, I'm gonna finish this tonight. Like, I'm gonna get it done before the end of the month. It's been days. It's been days. You know what? It's fine. I finished it in October, and I finished it at the start of October. It's still a win. I still finished it. I think this is the only time that this bingo board hasn't worked for me, because I think if I wasn't doing it for this bingo board and if I didn't have an alternative square option or an alternative book to use for this square, I don't think I would have finished it. I think I would have actually DNF'd it. It really was not for me, and that's okay. That's okay. Like, not every book is for everyone. But I did, struggle. I did struggle, and I do think I probably should have DNF'd. I am giving this 1.5 stars at the end of the day. I won't be continuing on with the series. And to be honest, it's leaving me a little bit worried, because I do own one other book by the author, and I didn't vibe with this at all. Like, it's not in this series, the other book I own, it's an adult book. But I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think I've wrote anything in my personal review that I do for myself to figure out my rating that is spoilery. So I'm just going to read that out, because I think that might be the best way. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I was bored and I didn't care. This was really not for me. I did not care for our main character, Ged, at all. I really struggled to like him. I also struggled with the writing style. It was short, but somehow felt overwritten, and it really dragged. Not only that, but I really hated how time worked throughout. Sometimes a chapter would be a week, and other times a paragraph would be months and months. It was really jarring and really didn't work. It made it difficult to know characters or see any growth or development in them. I didn't care about the plot, and it didn't feel very linear or obvious. I'm hoping the author's writing will be different in her adult book, as I already own another book. So yeah, that is the very basics of this. I didn't care. I was bored. I didn't mesh with the characters or the writing style, so it just really didn't work. I've given it 1.5 stars, and I did struggle with that, because I feel like if I personally hadn't disliked it so much and struggled with so many elements of it, it probably would have got 2 stars. I do have a little rating system that I use, and I've kind of wrote out. So 1 star, according to this rating system, is my personal rating system, is no, not for me, probably should have DNF'd. And honestly, I really agree with that. I could have given it 1 star, but that did feel a bit harsh. It wasn't, it was bad for me, but I can see that it didn't do anything wrong. 2 stars, according to my personal rating system, is didn't enjoy but understand others could. So I've gone for 1.5 stars, smack bang in the middle, because I should have DNF'd it, but I can understand that if the characterisation and or the writing could work for you, others could enjoy it. So 1.5 stars, that's what we're going with. It fulfilled the prompt. It is a book that I picked up solely based on the cover, and I think I've learned that I should not do that, because I should read synopsis or a page or 2 and learn. Yeah, not the best square for me. So I judged a book by its cover. The cover is ridiculously cool. I really like the cover. I will be unhauling it. So yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work. And I didn't know anything about the book because I wanted to do hard mode. So yeah, ticked off the square. We've got the square. Shouldn't have read the book. I will see you soon for another book reading. Hello, looking very glamorous as you can see, but this is my month off and I just wanted to update to kind of say I've finished another book for this. I did not record an introduction for this book, to be honest. I went straight into it. I was really just ready to start it. I wanted a fun, silly book to read, and that's what I got. So this is what I'm using for the cozy SFF prompt. The actual prompt itself reads, Cozy SFF. Cozy is up to your preferences for what you find comforting, but the genre typically features reliable characters, low stakes, minimal conflict, and a happy ending. Hard mode, the author is new to you. And that's exactly what I've done. This is definitely cozy to me. I'd say normally cozy, at least what I've read of cozy, isn't particularly spicy. That is the only difference with this, but I really don't think it makes a difference. This still felt completely cozy. You knew there was going to be a happily ever after. You knew that like the conflict was all going to be solved. Like there was definitely like things going on. There was a plot to this, which I did like. Like, to be honest, I don't know. I guess I should say I've given this 3 stars because it was fine. It was a fun time and it was exactly what I needed in the moment. Was it anything special to me? No. Could it have been better? Yeah, I think so. And honestly, I think for me personally, there was just way too much like sex scenes in the middle of random stuff going on. Like, you know, like pretty big is like, you know, for this book there were big like adventures going on, big things that needed to happen, and then they'd just start getting it on. I was just like, I was kind of over it, to be honest. I was over that aspect of the book. I think the first scene was like, yeah, cool, this actually shows character growth, it shows relationship growth, it shows the trust in each other based on where we've come from. But then there were so many after that and I was just like, you know, even if this is happening, I don't need all this detail right now. This isn't, I don't know, I didn't think it was particularly well written in that regard. But it was a really fun time. I really enjoyed all the different demons we got to meet in this. I enjoyed learning about the world. And if I came across these books, because there are 3 more in the series, I think there's 2 novels, but you know, this is a novel and it's like 260 pages, so it's really not very big. And then I believe there's one novella sized one as well, so I'm guessing like half the size of this. If I came across them for cheap, I would definitely get them. Like, I think they're good to have on hand when I just want an easy fun time. Like, I definitely did have that with this, and I would recommend it if you wanted that. Like, if you're not looking for anything serious, if you are just happy to have fun and just want a bit of a break or something just to up your mood, I do think this can work for that. Was it anything special for me? No, but I'm glad I read it. I wanted to read it for ages. I would read more from the author. I will read more in this series if I come across them. And I mean, it also fulfilled the prompt and it fulfilled hard mode because I'd never read anything from Kimberly Lemming before. So overall, I'm really happy with this. There's not much to say. Fantasy, romance with demons, a plot, very low stakes, very much known there's going to be a happily ever after. A little bit more fighting than you might find in like some cozy fantasy. Like if you're thinking like Legends and Lattes, you know, when the conflict happens in that, it's not very often like a weapon needed to be picked up. It was very much communication and that sort of style. Like the same sort of style you get in like graphic novels that are cozy. There was a bit more in this, like there were actual fights, but it was very clear who was good, who was bad. And at no point did you ever feel at risk of any character like being in danger. So yeah, definitely a cozy one for me. And I'm really glad I read it. So that is that. I'll come back next time I pick up a book. Hello. We are back again with another book to read. This book is for the Impossible Pages Square. To be completely honest, I can't remember the exact prompt for it. I haven't got it in front of me right now. I was going to film this all nicely, but Jafar is like curled up under the blanket I'm under, so I was like, you know what, let's just leave him there. I want to read the first couple of chapters of the book physically along with the audio before I can just switch to audio for the rest of it, which is the exact same as what I did for book 1 of this series. So let's just talk about it. Impossible Places, the prompt is something along the lines of like a book that takes place somewhere that would break a physicist's mind, and I think the hard mode is that the majority of the book takes place there. So yeah, should be pretty easy, simple to do. So the book I'm going for is The Light fantastic. This is the second book in the Discworld. So, Terry Pratchett, Discworld, I think there's like 40 books or something like that if you're reading all of them. I think maybe there's like 36, 38 like primary books, but then there's other bits and pieces you can read here and there as well. This, I don't see any way that this doesn't count for this square, because the entirety of this world, like Discworld, it is a giant turtle that's flying through space that has 4 elephants on its back, and those 4 elephants hold up half a dome, and that dome is the world, and then that dome has waterfalls one side and like drop off the edges if you get to the edge, sort of thing. So 100% easily just like not possible, not a thing. And I definitely think that would break a physicist's mind. So yeah, this is what I'm reading. I don't know much about this one. I read book 1 in this series last year, and I don't think they follow the same path. Vaguely, I think we're going to be following the same characters as book 1, but it sounds like we're going to have a bit of a time jump. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to give this a go. I'm going to read it. I hope I enjoy it, because I'd like to read all of Discworld, and this is the second one I'm trying. I liked book 1, didn't love it, but liked it. I think I gave it over 3.5 or a 4-star. Like, it was good. I was interested. Well, yeah, we'll see. I'm going to read the first couple of chapters, sat here chilling, and then get on with tidying and then polishing the house. So yeah, I can do that with the audio on. So yeah, that's the plan. Let's read. Okay, so I did finish The Light Fantastic by Terry Pratchett, second book in the Discworld. I think I've probably ended up having to do some sort of voiceover, because I read out the synopsis and I'm pretty sure that's got spoilers in. So you'll probably have heard some sort of voiceover when I actually read out the synopsis. But essentially this does take place straight after book 1. Well, straight after, it's like very shortly after book 1. And we are following the same characters with a few added additions in here as well. I like this. I find I have a lot of fun with it. I'm giving it 3.5 stars. My main problem with this, I don't actually think is like a problem. I think it's just personal preference. This isn't the sort of fantasy that I usually read. And I would say reading this, I like to, as I'm reading, like figure stuff out and understand it and really get into it. And I feel like you can never really understand what's happening and what's going on until like whatever it is that's happening is complete. Like when it's complete, it all makes sense, but there's not really a big understanding of the world yet. Now obviously this is a massive series. There's some crazy number of books in this world. I think there's 41 official books, but then it looks like there's loads of other books about the Discworld as well. So 41 official books. At some point, I'm sure I'll have a better understanding of this world. It's just big and complicated. But I still don't know if it will read with understanding, or if it will just kind of be like trusting the process and getting along with it. But if you feel the prompt, this is definitely an impossible place. This one felt even more impossible when reading it than the first one, just because we had even more weird things going on. Again, being vague, book 2. But yeah, I did enjoy it. Like, I would recommend it if you want to read Discworld, if you want to read Terry Pratchett. Like, I have no negative feelings towards it. No, I have no negative feelings towards it. I think it's just not my sort of thing. Like, if this was coming out now, if this wasn't something that I knew was like so prolific and had so much around it and had so many books and was this big world and this big thing with multiple series connecting to each other, and I guess if it didn't already have the positive reputation that this does have, I probably wouldn't pick it up or continue it. But it has such a positive reputation, and I do have such a good time when reading it, that I am willing to pick it up and keep going with it. So yeah, like, I definitely will be reading more books in the Discworld because I have so much fun. It's just a shame they all seem to be about 3.5 stars. Like, a really fun time, a really good time, but not a new favourite and not something that I absolutely love. So yeah, that is that one. Impossible Place, square, complete. So that is it. We have now read 4 more books, but actually I've completed 6 more squares, as you'll have seen me say at the start. So the 2 other squares that I've complete on this board during the expanse of me doing this, so it is currently the 29th. No, it's currently the 30th of October. Okay, I'm a day out. It's currently the 30th of October, and I started this vlog on the 5th of August. So during that time, there's been 2 other squares complete. And those squares are the last in a series square, which I managed to complete with the... Oh my gosh, what was this book called? Goldfinch? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Goldfinch, the last book in the Raven Kennedy Plated Prisoner series. It completed hard mode because I can't remember how many books needed to be in the series for it to be hard mode, but it was like, maybe it was over 4, maybe over 5, but either way there were 6 books in this series, so it definitely did that. I completed the series. It was the last book in that series. I didn't enjoy it. It was 2 stars for me personally. I will link up above whatever month I read it in reading wrap up, because I probably ranted about it more there, but honestly I've been so disappointed by it. I might not have even ranted much there. I really don't remember how much I said, but this was just disappointing, unfortunately. Love the start of this series. Did not love the ending, and yeah, really didn't get along with it. Then the other square that I've actually complete is the not a book square. So this is basically just to read, take part in something like fantasy that is not a book. The full prompt is, like, do something, watch TV, play a game, learn summon a demon, blah blah blah. And hard mode is to post a review to r/fantasy. I'm going to do this. I technically haven't completed hard mode yet, but I watched all of season 1 of Murderbot. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I still prefer the books. Honestly, watching season 1 made me want to reread the books. And there is a new Murderbot coming next year, so I do think I will be rereading them all in the next year. So that is very exciting. But I did think it was a really good show, and I think it adapted it really well, and I think it showed a lot of character as well. I didn't love everything that it did. There was some characters that were cut out and some plot lines that were simplified a bit, but overall, like, I did think it was really decent, and I think it was decent as a standalone show as well. Like, I would recommend the show to people even if they haven't read the books. So yeah, really enjoyed it. We'll definitely write a review. I think that the Our Fantasy does like a post every Tuesday where it's just like a review something, talk about something. So next time that comes up, I will write a review on it, and that will complete hard mode. Right now, it's wherever it is. This is the entire square that we're looking at. This is the entire board. It is in there, and it's being completed, and currently that's only to standard mode, I guess it is, normal mode, but this will be hard mode. I just need to write the review for it. That was how you make this one hard mode. So yeah, really exciting, really good time. This is how the board is looking so far. It's looking really good. I'm almost halfway through. I've currently got 12 of the 25 squares complete, so we are almost halfway. However, we are slightly over halfway through the allocated time. In 2 days' time, we'll be 7 months through rather than 6 months through. So we are slightly behind in that sense, but I do yeah, have a lot of faith that I'll catch up. I'm hoping maybe just November and December will be the months where I complete the next vlog of this kind. And of course, I will be continuing vlogging until we complete this. I really want this to keep me accountable and keep me on track. So fingers crossed that it does. If you like this video, please do give it a like. Subscribe down below for more. I will be making more of these. And in the meantime, there will be loads more bookish videos coming your way. So yeah, that's it from me today. I hope to see you next time. Bye.